Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This guy right next to me, that is Tim, and this is Second Legacy, and thank you for stopping by. On this channel, we break down a little bit deeper all the different issues that face the 2A with some amazing use of sarcasm and a little bit of humor to get you through the day, and that is what we're going to do today because, Tim, would you believe, my man, Giffords.org is biting the hand that feeds it, man?
Oh, not surprising. These rabid dogs, man, when a rabid dog goes after something, it'll bite the hand of its owner too. I mean, it's it's not surprising.
It's weird. They're going after social media though.
Yeah, their biggest ally.
They are so pure as driven snow.
Yeah.
Like social media would never do anything against gun controllers.
All right.
Now those gun rights advocates, ooh, they don't like those.
Yeah.
Get the yellow coins out. We gotta dish those things out like candy.
Old Elon's being far too friendly to the 2A community. They might have to go after him, but come on, you can't go after Facebook, Instagram, and all the others. You know, Threads.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, you bring up an interesting point we're going to come to in a second. I don't think Twitter's on this list of companies getting sued. Isn't that weird?
They can always file an amendment.
They can. They can always add somebody in there.
They always can.
They always can. Well, this is a press release from Giffords. Beautiful people of the Second Legacy. By the way, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video and share it out. But check this out. Buffalo victims' lawsuit against social media companies moves forward. Giffords is pounding the war drum because they're very pleased with themselves because they can now sue the biggest amount of money in centralized companies in America because of a mass shooting, Tim.
Yeah.
Because they clearly did it. They clearly were there.
Yeah. Well, this goes to the litigious society that we live in, and I don't want to go too far down this rabbit hole, but if you ever wonder why your insurance rates are so high, why your doctor's bills are so high, why everything is so high, it's because we all have to maintain insurance in case we get sued frivolously. And so that's what drives the costs of goods and services up in many cases. And so, hey, we've talked about them suing gun manufacturers and retailers out of existence, but that will trickle down to other sectors like automobiles, social media, and everything else. I mean, they will eventually destroy capitalism by destroying businesses, and then they'll get their little socialist utopia, I guess.
They're gonna have it. They're gonna have it one way or the other. Well, it's almost kind of like, Tim, you look at you got this box that they found, and it was really weird. It was locked and it was shut, and across the top in duct tape, it was written in permanent marker. It said Pandora's. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
Do not open. Yeah.
Do not open. Fragile.
Right.
Team lift. Do not break all
glass.
Those favorite little things. Exactly. Don't break glass, unless in case of stupid. But yeah, they're going after social media. But listen to what happened here, and this is why they're pounding their little war drum. I don't even know what you would say. Little trumpets of
their little
glory.
Chest muscles. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, chest muscles. There you go. So this is coming out of the Supreme Court of Erie County, which ruled its wrongful death lawsuit on behalf of the victims of the Buffalo mass shooting. They allowed it to go forward against the social media defendants. It's so unusual because, like, even in the last part of this, I'm used to seeing them go after the gun manufacturers and the gun sellers. That's like their shtick, right?
Yeah.
But now they're going after, listen to the companies they're going after. They're going after Meta, Snapchat, Alphabet, parent company of Google and YouTube, Discord, Reddit, Amazon, and 4chan community support because they radicalized the Buffalo shooter.
4chan. And Amazon.
4chan.
Amazon, they probably, that's the cloud storage. Like their, what is
yes,
AWS?
Exactly.
Yeah. So they're going after the servers and the people that host them. They're going after
anybody who touched it.
Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I wonder what the end
So how do you think
is.
this is going to play out?
I honestly don't know. I mean, there's so much distrust and dislike for social media companies on both sides of the aisle, right? You'll hear Republicans and Democrats disagree on just about everything, except when it comes to things like social media. And you'll see people crossing over the aisle on things like banning TikTok and whether or not they should be responsible for they being social media platforms being responsible for taking out and censoring certain content, or whether they're protected by free communications, and all these debates going on across the aisle. So I honestly don't know how the courts might decide this one. I really don't.
I have a prediction.
Okay,
you
let's
ready
hear
for my
it.
prediction?
Let's hear it.
This is my Nostradamus brain taking over. I think they're chasing two outcomes here. They're not going to win this case, and I think they know it. I think they're chasing one, for any type of settlement that might come their way, because these companies aren't going to want this bad heat from the left. They just aren't. And then the other one, I think, is they're using it to bully and adjust the user agreements in order to get their gun control desires through it.
I think that's fair, because many times cases like this never become fully litigated, right? They'll settle out of court on something. And you're probably right. There's some motive here that we're not really privy to, unless, I haven't read the article, unless there's something that's going to come up here in a few minutes. But there's a good chance that all they're trying to do, yes, is force these companies to the table to try to get some, concession or something.
Right.
The thought of Giffords going up against Meta, if you just take a look at their financial resources, Meta has buildings full of lawyers that live for these types of cases. This isn't Meta's first lawsuit. This is probably the first one this minute, but there's going to be thousands more filed today against them. They live for this stuff. So I can't really see that. Just from a financial side, the Giffords is going to see much success. But I think you're right. I think there's a good chance here that they're going for something, some sort of a concession or something from these companies. I'm just not sure what that is. Maybe it's to pull off firearms content and censor it from their platforms. Maybe that's the end goal here.
Maybe that's the end goal, because they've been chasing that forever. But let's follow some breadcrumbs, because this isn't an article to something that you just said. This is not an outside source. This is coming from Giffords.org. This is a press release. Okay. So it's coming straight from the horse's mouth. I had a really good joke there, but I didn't do it. The social media products are designed, programmed, and operated to maximize user engagement and corresponding advertising revenue, and in this case, at the expense of public safety. So out the gate, they're saying you did it on purpose, maximizing user engagement to make more money, and you radicalize these people. So they're placing the blame on them for radicalization. But sometimes they say the quiet part out loud, particularly when you look at the senior litigation attorneys from Giffords. I'm going to throw two quotes in here and listen to this second one. The first one sets it up, second one closes it. So this is number 4, Doctor. Social media products are designed to maximize user engagement no matter the cost. This isn't the first time we've seen a shooter radicalized on social media, and it won't be the last unless these companies are held accountable for public safety, which is not their purview. We're glad the court has allowed our case to move forward so we can seek justice for the victims of the Tops Friendly Market shooting. So they're laying the cost, they're laying the onus at their feet for radicalization, right? But then the next one, this kind of tips the hand.
Hold on.
Okay.
When you were reading that, it reminded me of something. When I was a younger man, there was a conservative movement to ban video games, to label video games as violent because it was programming children and desensitizing children to violence. Movies even came under the gun, if you will, where the conservatives were saying we need to do something about Hollywood because they're making movies like Saw 2 and stuff like that, right? Just going over the top and desensitizing people to violence, causing violence within our culture and causing this cultural shift. And it was the left that was opposed to that. And here we have the left now saying it's social media radicalizing. It's basically the modern version of a video game and a movie.
The modern version.
Radicalizing, and we need to stop this. How the tables have turned. Anyway.
Oh, they've completely turned. No, dude, rabbit trail that you just blazed, they've completely turned. The left, when I was a younger man, the left used to be the anti-establishment, anti-corporation. They were the ones that were resisting the overarching machine. Now they have become the machine. The Democrats are in bed with all the corporations. They are in bed with the social media. They are in bed with every single aspect of corporate. And the Republicans are going, this isn't cute. They did a switch on us again.
Yeah.
It's whatever. There's someone somewhere like playing a little a Wheel of Fortune wheel, and they're just spinning it.
I just haven't.
There's like,
I feel like the proverbial hamster on the wheel in this cage, just running in circles, getting nowhere, because it just seems like we just keep repeating the same stupidity over and over and over again.
Wait a minute. Are you implying that there's a determined outcome where you have two choices for the illusion of choice, but they're both going in the same direction?
Pretty much,
are you?
Yes.
Are you? Oh,
no matter which door you pick, it's the wrong one. Yeah.
They both, no matter which door you pick, they both go to the same room. So are you saying, Tim, that these people aren't solving problems and they are continuing to keep the problem alive so they have purpose?
Yes. This is 100% politics. This is pure politics.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, maybe this is assuage your fears. Here's the last one. This is number 5. Social media has addicted and radicalized too many young people and led to horrific violence, as we've seen in Buffalo and beyond. We're grateful the court made the right decision to allow this case to proceed. Now, we will continue to work with our co-counsel at the law offices of blah, 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 to obtain justice for those lives who were lost or irrevocably changed in May of 2022 and hold these companies accountable to make changes to prevent future hate-fueled violence. Bing!
And there's the end game. They want these platforms to moderate and remove anything firearms related. That's what this is boiling down to. And that's why Amazon is named, because of the cloud services. And then, of course, they want to force the social media companies into having to moderate. But in doing so, they're running afoul of federal law, right?
Correct.
So it's interesting what the push is here. And again, I think to your point, they don't really intend this to go to court. They're just going to try to get some concessions. And if Meta comes back and says, okay, look, this is what we've done. I won't even use Meta. I don't use Instagram Threads or Facebook anymore for military arms channel stuff, because they've already said, look, you're not going to get any new users. Anybody that isn't already following you will never see another one of your posts. They basically killed my pages. And so I don't use them anymore. So they're already actively trying to kick firearms creators off. But I think that Gifford still isn't happy with that, or maybe doesn't know about it,
because they still
and
exist.
They're still trying to push for more censorship of 2A type issues and First Amendment issues. They just want censorship. Isn't it funny how the Stasi always wants censorship? But anyway.
Yes. Stasi censorship. It's an alliteration.
It is.
SS.
So, yeah. Anyway, well, I cannot wait to see how this one plays out. I do think, like you said, that this is probably going to be one of those things that gets solved in the back room somewhere. But if this does go to court, I think it'll be even more interesting. But we'll wait and see. And if there's an update to this particular story, we definitely will bring it to you. Thank you for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.